Hi, my name is Brooke. Turning age 18 in the United States has been deemed a much bigger accomplishment than it really should be. You have many responsibilities and are capable of taking care of yourself, but you still aren't allowed to go out and do this one thing. In my opinion, the minimum drinking age should be lowered from age 21 to age 18 in the United States. First, I will talk about how the drinking age should be lowered to 18 because the law at 21 doesn't reduce the amount of underage drinking and it promotes unsafe drinking habits. Then I will talk about how you are legally considered an adult and have other responsibilities, so you should be allowed to go out and have a drink. Finally, I will talk about how our brain development doesn't stop at age 21, so there's no point to keep the minimum legal drinking age at 21. The drinking age should be lowered to 18 because the law stating that you must be 21 in order to drink doesn't reduce the amount of drinking in underage teens and promotes unsafe drinking habits. The drinking age at 21 only promotes underage drinking since adolescents will still obtain their alcohol in illegal ways. A quote I found from procon.org says that prohibiting this age group from drinking in bars, restaurants, and other licensed locations causes them to drink in unsupervised places such as fraternity houses or house parties where they may be more prone to binge drinking and other unsafe behavior. So if we allowed 18-year-olds to drink in supervised, safe environments with trusted adults, we would lower the risks of them doing it in unsafe environments and teach them how to drink responsibly, which would prepare them for the future. People who disagree with me say that having the drinking age at 21 would help with the problem of underage drinking. A quote from that side says that research has shown that a drinking age of 21 does reduce alcohol use by those under 21, including high school students. But to refute that, the minimum legal drinking age at 21 is largely ineffective because teens will consume regardless. So raising the drinking age is not going to help with underage drinking because teens are still going to do what they want and get alcohol in illegal ways. Another quote I found says that raising the drinking age hasn't reduced drinking. It's merely driven it underground to the riskiest of settings, unsupervised high school blowouts and fraternity parties that make Animal House look quaint. This age segregation leads the drinking away from adults who could model moderation. Next, my second point is that you are legally considered an adult at age 18 and have many other responsibilities, so drinking should be allowed. A quote I found says that American 18-year-olds have the right to vote, marry, buy guns, join the military, they're astute enough to defend their country, decide elected officials, and serve on a jury, but not regulate their own appetites. They deserve a chance to learn. Since 18-year-olds are considered responsible for themselves and have to take care of all their own basic needs, they should also be considered responsible enough to have a drink. Another quote I found from NYRA says, "However, serving in the military is statistically far more dangerous than drinking. So are many other adult responsibilities such as smoking and having sex. Yet when our country began taking such an interest in public safety, it did not also raise the military service age. I think it's crazy how you can join the military at age 18, but you still aren't allowed to have a drink, since serving in the military is far more dangerous and risky." For my last third point, brain development doesn't stop at age 21, so 18-year-olds should be able to have a drink too. Brain development keeps going past age 21, so 18-year-olds should be able to drink just like 21-year-olds, since brain development stops in the mid-20s. A quote from NPR.org says, "Under most laws, young people are recognized as adults at age 18, but emerging science about brain development suggests that most people don't reach full maturity until the age of 25. If your brain isn't fully developed until at least age 25, it doesn't make sense to have the drinking age at 21 and not let 18-year-olds drink, since both of their brains still aren't developed. If brain development continues past age 21, we should let 18-year-olds drink because it technically wouldn't make a difference considering that the brain maturation doesn't stop until age 25. Another quote I found says that brain maturation and associated improvements in decision making continue into the second decade of life, reaching plateaus within the period referred to as emerging adulthood, which is 18 to 24 years old. And I agree with that because it wouldn't make sense to not lower the drinking age, since your brain isn't fully developed until your mid-20s, so it wouldn't make a difference. So I believe that the drinking age should be lowered from age 21 to 18 in the United States. First, I talked about how the drinking age should be lowered because the law at 21 doesn't reduce the amount of underage drinking, and it promotes unsafe drinking habits. Then I talked about how you are legally considered an adult and have other responsibilities, so you should be able to have a drink. Finally, I talked about how our brain development doesn't stop at age 21, so there's no point to keep the minimum legal drinking age at 21. In the future, I hope to see the drinking age lowered to 18 for all of these reasons, and to allow 18-year-olds to prove that they are responsible for themselves. If you want to help with this, you can try voting on this cause, or you can join one of the organizations that supports lowering the drinking age to 18. And I hope that you all will, because I think it makes the most sense to lower it to age 18. Thank you.